C. And we're going to start it with this. God help us all. Oh, that's the button. So, this is the, God. What you're hearing is not a, is not a glitch. That is what this game sounds like. The song, the one and only song in the game, has one and only note. One and only one note. So, and yes, it is complete with penny sound effects, so, hope y'all enjoy. It's a rather inauspicious start to things. However, it's an encouraging one, because, we actually get free continues in this game, and it's pretty generous on where it starts you off, so we should be able to get through this tonight. Although I did pick up another power thing, it actually won't, it doesn't do anything. I am at max power right now. This is a very powerful shooter. On par with Raiden 5, Director's Cut. Mushihime-sama Futari, of course. Whatever the other ones are called. Dodonpack, that's the other one I was trying to think of. All those good cave shooters. Hey! So we murdered 85% of everyone. Which is, what they're letting us know here. Let me make sure my audio's up. Boy. What a great game, right? So yes, you are rated based on your accuracy, which is of course something you're going to want to strive for if you are taking this game in any way seriously. But in fact, yeah. This is one that you're just going to want to get through. This is indeed what we're trying to do. The key to shooters is to ingest a lot of caffeine beforehand so that you can be twitchy and hyper alert. Because these are not games that let you relax for any reason. Oh no! Well, there is a little bit of a song. Oh, I was hoping for a power-up. There's kind of a sickening texture to the water that, to the water below that creates, like, interesting lines when watching it on an analog TV. I think it's emulated pretty well in the HDF conversion, but if I was playing a ROM, you wouldn't notice it. we go. Okay. Ah, no. I'm gonna lose my score. Ready Player One. It's like that awful book I wrote. I didn't write it. No. That's one way of taking down the guy. So so what you're seeing on the menus there? Oh, nice. Now we have real firepower. I guess I thought that other one was maximum, but I guess there is a different maximum firepower. Although I think this one is a little bit less good than the 4 shots. Because I think we can lose one of these tiny planes if they hit someone. But anyway, it's whatever. So the number that says like last 30 stage, blah blah blah, and then like tells me Ready Player One and all that. See, yeah, I lost my ship because I couldn't get past that bullet. What that means is that we have 30 stages left. So we do get free continues, but yeah, we actually we have quite a few levels to go, and I think we got one more life before our score resets. Not the score really matters in a completion run, but obviously, if I was taking this game seriously, I would want to keep that score. So it'd be good to dodge, etc. And really, because the way back point, you know. So now we got 29 stages left. Did we lose our... Did I lose my power up? No. Not sit on my leg like that, just gonna fall asleep. That did nothing for me, did it? So the first 10 or 20 levels are not so bad in this game, but I do believe it ramps up pretty considerably towards the end, because I do remember this taking a while the first time. We shall see. We shall see. You'll probably be happy to know that from here on out, most of the games are going to have soundtracks. This one is more like soundtrack. Like it's got that one sound. We got 87%, whatever. You don't know from good. Oh, nice. What's green POW do for us? Oh, cool. Oh my god, it's land. Can you believe it? Ah. I thought I was safe, but I was looking at my smaller ship. Well, this ain't cool. Yeah. Probably worth noting at this point that a lot of these games that I'm playing are going to be shooters. That's what I like. Oh no, shooting down, 842%. Player 1, game over. However, we can continue. How many times? I don't know. Seems infinite. But now our score is reset. No. No. Ah, jeez. Should've just flipped around. So you can flip your plane around by pushing A. Like, it doesn't do much for you, but it gets you out of the heat of the moment, for a second, you know. And so it can become pretty useful. Wow. No. Oh, did we get past that section? Maybe. Now it's all flipped around, so... Oh, jeez. So sometimes this game can't really handle the amount of enemies it throws at you. Interestingly, though, it doesn't have a whole bunch of flicker. It just, everything kind of slows down a little bit, but not in that good way that you want. It's more like in that way that everything just doesn't control right. Here we go. 27 stages left. Oh boy. I wonder what exotic locale we will find ourselves in this time. Yeah, thank you, Clark. That's exactly what I meant. No! It caught me while it was going down. That doesn't seem to make any sense. Whatever. We got into the next section somehow, so that's good. No! I didn't mean for that to happen. Alright. Shooting down. Yeah, that's much less good than that other time. It even starts me in the same segment of the stage. Like, doesn't even force me to start the stage over. So that's kind of nice. That was supposed to be a power-up, so what happened? Oh, it's another turn that I get. I need one of those green or gray ones, though. For real. That would be much better. No! I was paying too much attention to the big green plane. I didn't notice didn't notice the bullet that was heading straight for me. Had my name on it. Off me. I like when they're over the ocean because the contrast makes it where the enemies are much more visible. Hey, here we go. Pow, 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 pow. 97? What? I had no idea I was being that accurate. Alright, 26 stages to go. This game is trying to wear me down. It really is an endurance test. Oh, yes. Yes, please. I think I can combine this white power-up with a green power-up, but, you know, we don't need to get too greedy with it, I guess. No. I knew I was going to lose my ship. I was like, there's no room to move without either destroying all of me or, you know, scooching over and missing my, my other guy. Uh-oh. We got a real boss this time. I like how they move the screen rather than actually moving the boss. Like, they just move the camera up and down to make it seem as if the boss is, as if it's like some kind of high-speed chase or something. Yes, Audio Mio, it's beautiful music. This is what you get with your 1942. I even played the arcade version, and it's also monotone. In case you think there's going to be another note, it is monotone. I think it's meant to be like a trumpet or something, like a military thing, military trumpet. I don't know. But we got 25 more stages of it, and then we can call this one done. Oh, cool. Clears the screen. Very nice, very nice. I still haven't been using my flip. I really should work on that. Like, I could have probably used that flip earlier and not lost my right wingman. By the way, that stilted, like, crashing sort of static noise that you hear, that's actually supposed to be a snare. Like, there's a percussive element to this song. It's really hard to stop the action long enough to be able to hear it, but if you listen to the song isolated, you'll hear it. Oh man, I lost both my wingmen now. Give me a green one. Green one, green one, green one. Or a white one, I don't care. White or green, doesn't matter. It's all good. This game is truly fun, though. I mean, I can't overstate enough, like, how minimal everything is, but it's kind of charming in a way. So... it's like, this is a bare-bones shooter if there ever was one, but I actually really like playing it. I like 1943 better, but the cool thing is, we'll get to that. So, eventually, this game has to end sooner or later. For whatever reason, the enemies have stopped shooting at me, so I guess this is just a reprieve. There we go. Wasn't so bad. Now we got 24 levels to go. 24! I like that Capcom was so bad at translating back in the day. Like, their way of telling you in English, and I think Japanese. I actually think this is English text that appears in the Japanese version too, but don't quote me on that. But it says last 24 stage. That's their way of telling you there are 24 stages left. So last 24 stage. Which is really interesting to me. Like, how many video games give you a stage countdown rather than telling you what stage you're on? You know? See? Last 24 stage. Come on, give me POW. Give me POW, guys. Oh no. Alright. So I started setting up a Nightbot so that I can have people help me out in setting a death counter for these games. That's gonna come in use. That's gonna come in handy much later. Not much later, but I think as early as something like Adventure Island. That'll be fun, because, you know, I'm gonna die a lot in that game. But, I haven't figured out how to reset it yet, so I'm not exactly sure how to go about, doing that. So I gotta research it a little bit more, but I should have a Nightbot in here, pretty soon. So that's coming. Oh! Ah, right there at the end of the level, too. Jeez. Sometimes you can just see that bullet coming at you, but you can't, you know you can't move fast enough to get out of its way. So you're just like, ugh. Fine. But we're at the last section again, so we should be able to get through it. Especially if we get a power-up. I really like a power-up, but we'll see. I think that's the only reason I like this game as much as I do, is because it's generous on the continues. It breaks the stages up into, I want to say, 3 parts. and depending on, you know, if you get to the marker and get to the next part of the stage, or even like just before it, sometimes it'll advance you up. I haven't quite figured out what criteria it uses for that, but even if you game over, you'll start over at that marker. So the game is just constantly checkpointing you. And so yeah, you always feel like that sense of progress and like kind of taking it in chunks, rather than some of the games we're going to have to get to where it's going to be, you know, 3 lives and then you have to start the whole game over, or whatever. We're going to have those kind of games coming up, which is bad shopping on my part, I'm afraid. Destination Earthstar is one of those. And it has really impossible shmuppy sections, and you only get 3 lives for 8 stages. Oh, and only 1 life in the first-person part of the stages, so that's going to be... I think we might end up using a soft cheat through that, because the game does have a level skip code. If we get desperate, we'll have to use that. Just skip over the stages we've beaten already. Because there's no reason. There's nothing that carries over between stages. Each stage you start off fresh. There's no real reason to... But I'm getting way ahead of myself. Who knows that we're gonna ever get to the D's in my lifetime? We gotta get past the numbers first, and then the A's. All the adventures of, which are, I have so many games that start with adventures of. That's gonna take up like a month or something. Unless I'm just really good, which you're seeing I'm not. Die, plane. Oh no. Who would have thought biplanes were so maneuverable? Also, they spoke of in World War I, which, you know, this is World War II, but still, about the Red Baron, and like they talked about how many planes he shot down and all this other stuff, and I was like, it was like hundreds or something, and I was like, dang, it's like the first, like, IRL shmup was the Red Baron of Richthofen or something, whatever his name is. I do have Amagon. I've gotten pretty far in it before, but definitely haven't beaten it, so... It can be done, though, so we'll have to figure it out. It's funny because I'm seeing my viewer count jump up by a bit and then go right back down. And I totally agree with that. Oh, see, it pushed me ahead rather than pushing me back. Because I died so early. It was like, well, the ship isn't really a marker, so let's just push him to the first marker. Can you believe this game has a credited composer? I'm not going to tell you who it is. Mostly because I don't know. It can't have been one of the ladies. They're all too good. It must be like some random, like, intern or something. Watch, it's going to be somebody, like, incredible, like Harumi Fujita or something. Oh no. By the way, if I decide to take this, on to other systems, they had a Morse code machine and drums. Yeah, I totally get that. I would totally believe that. What was I saying though? Like, if I happen to make it all the way through this NES challenge and start doing other video games, we'll be seeing 1942 again because on the Xbox I have the Capcom Classics collection, which includes this game. Although it is the original arcade version. Oh, how did he... Dang. That's ridiculous. I was trying to be clever. Let me see what happens when I do that. Alright. That's better. Although, I don't know if one of them, like, was supposed to give me a power-up, but if so... Oh, so I guess since this is the first game in the NES challenge, I should lay out the rules. I haven't figured out where to actually put them in writing. So, the rules are, I have to complete every NES game as much as it can be reasonably completed. So, what that means is that, if there's an ending, I have to get the ending, right? I have to roll credits if there are credits. If the game features a second quest or a hard mode, then that'll be a case by case, but I'm gonna try and do that. Like, I'm gonna try and get through the second quest in The Legend of Zelda, because I can already beat Zelda in like 2 hours, so... But I've never beaten the second quest in my life, so I think that will be really interesting. And, you know, like Mario's second quest and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna try for that. Oh, and Metal Storm. That's another one I've always wanted to take down. So we have to get the ending and loop it back around if it's something different. If it's just the same game again, like Castlevania, then I'm not gonna bother. Also, like, Mario 3 is a New Game Plus, and it doesn't have a different ending or anything, so that's kind of also meh, who cares? But, some games have to be beaten twice to be considered beaten, and so I will be doing that. Fortunately, I don't have Ghost and Goblins, so unless somebody buys Ghost and Goblins for me, which, by the way, any games that I get in the while I'm doing all this is going to be added to the list. And we'll figure that out as we go, like how that's gonna happen. So let's see. So we're gonna play the game as much as we can. Now in the thing of like games like Tetris where there is no ending, we're just going to do as well as we can. That is to say, we're gonna find a reasonable goal and hit it. Like, you know, there's a lot of arcade games that I have, too, that don't have an ending. It's just for score. So, you know, we'll set a score goal or an amount of stages goal. We'll get it. There are actually websites that deal with that, like how to consider a game beaten. So I'll be using a little bit of outside help on that, or just bringing it to a vote. If there's no conclusive way to really figure it out. Now, some games that aren't 1942 are difficult, bordering on impossible, and will take far too long to try and, like, beat. Like, getting the ending is just gonna be, like, is gonna take superhuman stuff, and, like, maybe I'll get tired of it after, like, so many days. If so, I've allowed myself 5 skips. Now, the skips are not... It's basically... It's like the cloud skip in Super Mario 3. It's not actually skipping the game entirely, it's putting it off. So I can basically say, we're done with this game, we're going to move on to the next game on the list, and I can do that up to 5 times, and then at the end of it, I have to beat those games. So, it's kind of like Game Center CX in that sense, you know? Like, I can give up, but I can't really give up, because it'll come back. So we'll turn 5 games into ghosts that will haunt me later. Now, if I actually have the, if I have my 5 games skipped, which I really doubt I will, but if I do have them skipped, then I'm gonna come back, and if I want to skip a 6th game, I can, if I go back and beat one of the 5 games first. So it's basically a collection that I can swap out. If I get to another game that's like impossible, but more impossible than a game I've already skipped, then I can go back to that game and try and clear it. The other thing about skipping is that I can do that on like a Monday where I can only stream for 4 hours, and then like make an all-day thing of it on like a Saturday. You know? So like, then I have an 8-hour day to try and beat it rather than a 4-hour day. Or more. I mean, I could stream for more than 8 hours, but yeah. 20 stages, we're making pretty good progress. We've been playing for half an hour. And we're already right around halfway through the game. In case you think it's not more than this, you are mistaken. However, it is gonna get harder, so that's nice. So let's see. Trying to think of any other like rules or regulations that I should pay attention to, because people have been asking me questions about this whole thing. Like, how do I do things? Oh, controllers. So, generally I play with a basic, dog bone. Now, some games... some games, sadly, have way too much, fast button pressing involved. And for that reason, I do have a NES Advantage, which has a slow mode and and auto fire. And in a pinch, I can use that. I'd prefer not to use slow mode, because that's kind of cheating, you know? It's like a Game Genie or something. But, you know, we'll see how desperate we really get. But for something like caveman games, for instance, every single game is just a thumb-breaking, like, push this button way too fast kind of thing. And so, if I'm gonna get through caveman games, I'm gonna need a controller that you know, does the fast button pushing thing. It doesn't give me an advantage, it just allows me to play the game without injury, because we really want to play these games without injury. Oh god. It's amazing to me how they could actually compose a song to start the level, but once so like, this song is by choice. This isn't a limitation of any kind. The composer knows how to make other notes and harmonize them. To me, that's hilarious. It's just hilarious that they chose to do this. Alright, I think we're looking better now. Oh, no! Just when I said that. I really should not be allowed to, I should not be allowed to overstate how good I'm doing. That's not a good idea. We're gonna be seeing this island a lot. It's starting to come back to me. The whole thing from, what, 4 years ago when I last played this? I'm starting to think of like better shooter songs, like Soldier Blade or something like that. I just can't help it. I'm like, I need to tune this out. I'm already like feeling like the B button is not working as well as... I think my thumb is weakening or something. Or else it's just not responding as much because of all the stuff that's happening on screen. Okay, we're gonna try and get through this now. Because we haven't been trying before, so we gotta try now. Yeah, see right there, I was pushing the B button, but it wasn't doing anything, so I'm kind of worried now. Maybe I've worn out this controller already. Not on this game, but just over years. Which is fine, I have like 7 controllers. That's not an issue. I always hold on to my controllers, because you have to. I wonder... Actually, I bet it is possible to do a pacifist run of this game. Whereas, you know, I doubt I'm actually destroying people. These look like toy airplanes, but it's World War II. Everyone's losing their lives. This is the war where 50 million Russians died. It is rather unbelievable. But yeah. Like, the thing is, if you get to the end of the level, then, you know, it all disappears, so you don't have to worry about it. Finally. Sans Thesis, welcome. You're just in time for the greatest game of all time. Just kidding. Bup. 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 Okay, that's alright. No. Ah. It actually will be, yeah. I have a good collection of NES games. Just because, you know, and that's one of the reasons I like the alphabetical challenge, is because it doesn't tempt me to just go for the good ones. You know, we gotta play everything. It's not worth it to neglect the Kusoge. Whatever. Game over. Whoa, no. I almost pushed start on one player, and that would have started me entirely over. That's the biggest danger of this game. Cannot do that. The green ones are the annoying ones, because they can, like, they basically go to ram you. That ain't cool. Because they can gang up on you, for sure, especially when you're dodging the shots from the white guys. I wonder if these different colors are meant to represent different countries, because we're, like, you know... Even though this is 1942... I believe our hero is actually, is American. And, even though this game was made in Japan. Alright, we made it. Well, we almost made it. Never say that we made it, because until everyone explodes and I'm at that ship, I haven't made it. If a stray bullet gets me, I have to pull it back. 18 stages left. I got a 1-up. I don't know why. Oh, yay. Power up. Let's see if I can get it. There's a bullet hell level, though, so I'm really hoping I can keep these guys. No! I was trying to make space. Between those bullets, and that put me in prime territory to get my main ship blown up. hey there. Not even... Oh. What? It only gave me the one? Did the other one get blown up, like, on the way? I mean, I believe it. Look at these big important ships. Think they're so high and mighty. Come back here, you. I could have sworn one of them was going to give me a power-up. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, bonus. Oh, we got a boss now. Yep. The bosses are thankfully not so hard. I think... Oh, nice. Nice, we got a good bonus there. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, here we go. I think the last boss is hard, but I don't remember. It's definitely not bullet hell level, so... It's something we can at least manage. Oh, here we go. Forgot about you, little buddy. Oh, nice. So we'll clear the whole screen. Wait a second. Alright, whatever. See, they aren't shooting me in this stage. I don't understand why they sometimes don't shoot you. I guess they're just like kind of flying at you, and I don't know, I guess they're swapping it up or something. It's whatever. I'm not complaining, that's for sure. One up. Bum. This is just like your chance to get some free score. Like, I totally shoot 'em ups do that all the time. I know Aero Fighters sure did. Those are always fun. Oy. It's funny, as much as I've heard this song, I still can't exactly predict when I'm going to hear that tone. Oh no! My little buddy got blown up. Yeah, that's right, blow up. 16 stage. Last 16 stage. Alright, this is gonna be a dangerous stage. Oh, green POW. I like it. Hope I can keep it. Always looking for that combination, the deadly combination of a white POW and a green POW, because that will give me my buddy ships, and I get to shoot 4 shots at once, instead of just the, no! He snuck one out right in front of me. Like on a crowded bus. I want to make this song my ringtone. Hey, not bad. Boy. I don't know if this is like messing with y'all as much as it is me, but like the brightness of this sand is like distracting. Just compared to the blue and the green I've been looking at. But I have to keep, you know, my eyes really focused. Maybe my pupils are dilated from all the caffeine. Oh. No. Even if I don't make it, that was some pretty good maneuvering, so... This is what I love about vertical shooters. You can really enjoy some good maneuvering. The high-pitched one-up sound is more annoying than the sand. Yeah, I hear ya. Don't worry, we'll get through this one tonight. I swear it. Because I've done it before. I'll do it again. I need to figure out how to do that thing where I have a counter of how many games I've beaten. Like, besides the backloggery one, because the backloggery one is historical. It's how many games I've beaten in the past, not how many I'm beating for this challenge. Like, I'd really like to incorporate, you know, I've beaten one game out of 200 and something. It's supposed to be 202 games, but I'm not sure if Quattro games count, or Quattro Adventure counts as 4 games. Etc, etc. So, like... Plus, technically, I do own more games than this, in the sense that I have a broken copy of Formula 1 Built to Win, and, I have 2 copies of Big Nose the Caveman for some reason. That may factor into something later. I don't know, I might just sell it. It was a total accident that I ended up with 2 copies of that game. I think I bought it thinking I didn't own it. No! I saw that bullet way too late. I tried to get out of the way, but nothing doing. Last 15 stage. No. No! Turned at the last second. It's fine. It's fine. We're good, we're good. As long as we got those continues. Their little red bullets can never harm me. Very good, very good. Ah! No! Why? Okay. I really should get better at hitting that A button when I see those bullets coming at me. I gotta practice that a little bit. You know, just like, you're not gonna get out of the way of this thing. You might as well, you know, might as well use the failsafe. See? That'll get you out of the way of most things. Ugh. It's those bullets you don't see, like, that suddenly show up. Like, that's what's really getting me in this game. See? I use my other thing. Success! I use the tools the game has provided to get myself out of imminent danger. Yeah, that's what I meant by That's what I meant by outside sources. I forgot that it was Adam L, but yeah, I never knew Adam L. We had mutuals. Had mutuals? I don't know. I think I'm still cool with BBH, and of course you know him. I think BBH likes me. And of course he's doing his own, like, crazy challenge, trying to play, like, what, every MAME arcade thing that's ever come out or something? I don't know if he's going for every one, but he certainly does it, like, he does it randomly, though. Good old MAME roulette. It's really fun to watch. Unlike this nonsense. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, the sand. It's so hard to see these guys against the sand. Oh, no. Look, my little ships are coming to... They're coming to help me, and I'm not there. I'm not there for them. No! That was downright bothersome. Yeah, I am gonna pull this one up, though. There we go. I'll pull that up. Use that as a reference. Oh, nice. Yeah, totally stream. I'll watch you. You know, unless you're streaming at the exact same time as I am, which a lot of people are. I picked some pretty popular times. I was doing really well doing the morning stream, but I just couldn't keep it up because it's really hard to stream at night and stay up late and then get up, you know, 6 hours later and stream in the morning and then do 8 hours of work in between, you know? It's just asking for trouble. Ah, itchy eyebrow. Ugh. Gotta trim these things. Alright. Having a scratch break here. Get stuff out of my eyes break. Yes. That didn't get stuff out of my eyes. That wasn't a thorough cleaning. No. There we go. Boom. Well, that's cool. Tactical RPGs are fun. You don't really have to talk. I mean, everybody has different ways of streaming. Some people like to motor mouth while they're playing. I'm one of those. Some people don't really do much at all. They just play the game and, you know, people chill. I watch some RPG guys that tend to not talk a whole bunch. But I like what I see, so I'm following them. There's no one perfect way to stream, I guess is what I'm saying. It's not of course, it's not up to me to say what means success in streaming, because I'm not sure I'm a success. But I am doing what I want to do, and some people want to watch it, so that's good enough, right? Oh, jeez. This round is going pretty well. This is always the type of thing I say before I blow up. Oh, because they're not shooting at me in this stage. Okay, that's why I think I'm doing well. The music will get better. I would say that with one possible exception, that this is the worst music in my whole collection. And there is a possible exception. Fortunately, I don't own Roadrunner on the NES, because that one was pretty grating. Last 12 stage. Last 12. Ugh. I ran right into this, buddy. Last 12. Rolling by. Oh. Is that a POW? Oh, yeah, it was a POW. How did I pick up a POW? I didn't even see it. That's really weird. There's a green one, too. I should have seen it. Getting into a groove here, I think. Really should adjust the camera, because in order to see the entire TV screen, I have to move to like the extreme side of the frame of the web camera. But I really wanted to show like the NES cartridges behind me. That's why I arranged them that way. So it can like, ow. I didn't have enough room between that bullet. I know, right? 1943 is great. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay. Alright. Yeah, 1943 came out quite a lot later than this one, I think. This one's like, actually, I don't know. I don't know what year this game came out. I didn't check the copyright. Maybe you can look for me. I know it's early, though, because it's one of those, like, Gunsmoke, where it has, like, that really samey looking label of, like, all the Capcom arcade games that predate Mega Man. So, like, this and Gunsmoke and, oh, what's the other one I have? I would say Ghosts and Goblins. I think that one also has a similar label. It is funny how other shmups give you a bomb, but this one just gives you a flip. The same principle, you know, it lets you dodge, it lets you get rid of enemy bullets that are directly in your way, but it doesn't actually affect the enemies at all. It's so passive. There's a little bit of a spray of bullets there, and I managed to dodge it. I may have been able to dodge it without the flip, but I wanted to play it safe because I knew this was the end of the level. Last 11 stage. I'm already getting like... just make it end. Just let it be over. Again, this game is fun. I'm having fun. It's just a little tiring. I think it's maybe the bad frame rate. 84 arcade, 86. I was gonna say 86, but yeah, 88 I guess for the NES. Okay. Yeah, that's right before, Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so it is 86 for US. Right. I thought it was 86, because, like I said, it's before Mega Man. I wonder if Legendary Wings is also, like, this old. I have Legendary Wings, it's on the list, but I've never played it. I just know it's a shooter. Oh, come on. Itchy nose. Alright. Mark my words, I am gonna play the next game after this just to get the taste of this off of my thumbs. I don't know that mixed metaphor worked, but you should not. Yeah, okay, cool. So it's like 2 years later, so that might be the same vintage as 1943. I know that it's got a weird soundtrack that I don't remember which composer it was, but it's one of the ones I like a lot, who, like, the lady that wrote a lot of the, to me, like, weirder, like, Capcom kind of games. But I don't know. It's hard to keep all that knowledge in my head about composers and scores and stuff. I generally have to have a Google in front of me. This is okay, though. This is okay. Because we made it past that one part of the stage, so we just gotta make it past this part of the stage. That's just how we do. This is running at such a... It's like the slowdown is real right now. It's... Ugh. Yeah, databases. I ended up rooming with the guy who founded the Video Game Music Preservation Society wiki. And so we're friends on Facebook now. That guy... That site has been like a wonderful resource for me. So it was really nice to meet the person behind it. I'm not good at databases, I'm good at appreciation, which is why I have the hidden sound test. It's not even letting me shoot all my bullets, and it's like, it's crawling down to like, feels like 15 frames a second. Oh my god. Again, it's not a good slowdown like Gradius. It's a bad slowdown like what you were talking about earlier. No. Let's hope I hit the next marker. That's all I'm hoping for at this point. No, I didn't. Okay, so I gotta last longer than that. I seem to remember the last 10 levels being pretty brutal. It's interesting to me how that plane sometimes appears from the other side of the screen. Like, it's not all consistent. Wee. No. Ah. Oh my god. Wow, that was really lucky. It's not letting me shoot all my shots here. Like, sometimes it's skipping. So I'm just having to like kind of pray that the bullets come out at the right time, because their bullets sure are. Alright, we've got to make it past this group now. Don't even worry about shooting them, just make it. There we go. Last 10 levels, thank goodness. Last 10 stage. Haven't fought a boss in a while. I think there's one coming up. that? I don't remember picking that up as a power-up, but I'll take it anyway. Oh, you have to make such wide turns with these guys. See, because that happens. Dang it. No, no, no. Do not slide at me, young man. Oh wow, that was so lucky. Oh, it didn't bring my other buddy back. I have to like blow up my other buddy before I could get both of them. Well, now I know that. It's probably not information that's gonna be pertinent at any other point in the game, but you know, whatever. We know it now. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, nice. Also, we do have a boss. I was merely guessing, but apparently this is the truth. No! It's okay. I think I can... I think it's not so bad getting up to that guy, so... Yeah, there we go. That's not so bad, so we'll get plenty of chances to take this one down. The bullet spray is a little more consistent now, so it's much more likely that he can actually beat me. I guess I should be like rolling from side to side here to really spread them out, find those sweet spots. Yep. These are not the hardest bosses in the world, that's for sure. Dun. Oh. Trying to dance along to it, not working quite the way I thought it would. No thank you for that music. I like that POW had a residual, like, an enemy popped into the field and blew up instantly. It's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling. I like it. Ooh, I think I got my new high score. Not that I've been paying attention, because who would pay attention to such a thing? Come on. Come on, guys. Wasn't really a great opportunity to... Oh, this is a bulletless stage. Okay. This is just more score opportunity. Score opportunity? Now I'm just picturing this soundtrack as an EKG. Like the... Patient's doing fine, doctor. Oh man, and then if like the game accidentally froze or something while it was like doing one of those notes, and then the note would go, "Ee!" And then it'd be like, he's flatlining. Get up the paddles and hit that NES. And then we have a non-working NES. It's very sad. It would be very bad if my NES stopped working because it's modded for AV out, so my other top loader is not. So I would either have to mod it, or I'd have to figure out something really clever to get it to work. Maybe I could plug it into my TV and have my TV do AV out. Maybe that's a thing. Oh, I have a VCR too. That could work. It would still look terrible though. So, y'all thank your lucky stars. Got this modded AV top loader NES. No. Had a whole hail of bullets coming for me. I didn't even see that bullet until I noticed that it had like whizzed right past my nose, and it was pretty dangerous looking. Ah. Oh. I'm doing so well with this set of lives. I mean, now that I said that, I sealed my fate, but still, over 200,000 points. This is not bad. No! I tried to scoot over just a little bit so I could get between those bullets. It was a bad call. Bad call. Whatever, at least we got through a majority of that stage just now, so we just have to make it through this swath of bullet hell. No! I was reaching for the jump button and it didn't take. Right? Yeah. AV out through the VCR, that's how I would have to do it. If I ever want to play an Atari game, that's how I'm going to have to do that on stream. But I want to wait until I get a 7800 before I start playing Atari. Because I have 7800 games. I also have a big stack of 2600 games, but my 2600 itself, the pin things are broken in it, so it can't play any of the games that have that shield on the bottom, which is most of them. So I can only play about half of my Atari games. But I mean, it was given to me by a friend for free, so I can't exactly complain. But them's the breaks, as far as Atari goes. And then then I have plenty of games that have this quality of a soundtrack. Just intermittent beeps. Last 7 stage. Beautiful. And I still haven't game overed, which is really interesting. Oh yeah, this looks like it's gonna be a hard stage though. So, speaking of plugging in... Square Wave, welcome. Yes, best OST. Speaking of using the old RF connection, I didn't even see that bullet. It blended in with the sand. I only saw the red dot as it blew me up. But at least I moved forward, so that's good. I didn't have to scroll it back. Did anybody ever use, like, the AV or RF connection of a VCR to, like, record themselves playing video games? Or, like, record the ending of a video game? Because I seem to remember that I might have done that with Mega Man 3, but it might have been my cousin. Like, we did a lot of things together in our youth. But I'm pretty sure I've recorded video game footage before. Oh my god. Oh, the bullets are really flying now, so we're gonna be experiencing some turbulence in the frame rates here, folks. We're gonna see 1, maybe 2 frames per second coming up. But hopefully I can power through. You did a lot. Aw, man. Yeah, I grabbed a box of tapes from my mom's house so I could, like, see what they might be. But I imagine a lot of them is just garbage, like, you know, Saturday morning cartoons or some show. But, like, not, like, good cartoons. Just, we would record stuff so we didn't have to wake up early. But, or, you know, like, other TV shows. Oh, nice. See, that's the way to go. I never figured out that aspect of audio recording until video game music emulation was already a thing. So I used a portable tape recorder at one point to get audio cassette tapes. Ugh. Itchy mustache. Oh, I want that white POW, gray POW, whatever. Come, my little friends. I love that they spin into place. Like, what were you guys doing? Aw, man. That's okay, I'll try and get it again. They're pretty consistent on the same enemies dropping the same stuff. Oh, did I move past it? I think I moved past it now. Well, that's better than nothing, I guess. It's always these 3 lines of guys. Only Houston has that. Oh, you actually looked for Abadox for me? That's so nice. Well, yeah, Abadox is cheap, but it's not everywhere, that's for sure. It's one of those places you might find it at, like, Game Fellows or something, or, like, that one place in the mall, Press Play, I guess. Is it called Press Play? I think it's called Press Play. Just because they have, like, a lot of random cheap stuff that nobody ever buys, because they don't have the iron grip on Austin retro classics that Game Over does. They end up with these bins full of stuff traded in. I know, Abadox is wonderful. Like, I need to figure out who the developer was for it, because I think that the publisher was, like, Milton Bradley or something. And obviously Milton Bradley didn't really make video games, they just put them back out there. But it would be really nice to see who it was that made it. Whoops. Alright, we just gotta survive a couple more seconds. Yes! Made it! Look, if I was just talking about this actually, if a game ends up in my collection, then I have to play it. It doesn't matter if it's out of order. It would be handy if it was in order. But yeah. I haven't quite set up a way of doing that. I'm thinking about setting up a P.O. box to be like, hey, you want to donate a game to my cause, just send it to my P.O. box. I'll get it, and you can really wreck my life by sending me some really terrible, horrible, hard NES games. But, you know, I'll be up to the challenge. I'd do it for the price of a game. There's almost no level of masochism in video games I won't sink to. The only thing I don't like is the idea of sensory deprivation gaming. That is to say, like, blindfold gaming and things like that. I don't know that I could get to know any game that well that I would want to do that. But this is how you get famous around here. I mean, it's one way. Hopefully masochism just on its face is another good way of getting attention around here. That would be great. Because I got that in spades. I mean, we've been sitting here for over an hour now listening to the one note to rule them all. I'm glad we get a relief stage here. No bullets at all. That's really nice. If I end up getting killed in this stage, though, that's going to be really silly. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know how long 1943 and 3D World Runner are gonna take to beat, because I've definitely... The first time I tried to beat my games alphabetically, I went straight from 1942 to 8 Eyes because I didn't own any of the others at that point. And 8 Eyes is definitely beatable. It's like a slightly easier Castlevania. Oh, come on. Yeah, commitment, definitely. Like, that's the whole reason. Ooh, we get a new background! New background, folks. We get a new background, look at it! It looks like a city, I guess. This is so exciting. I guess we're in whatever country we were meant to be in. I don't know who we're supposed to be or who we're fighting. The game doesn't really tell you, and I'm sure the instruction book would if I had it. But yeah, consistency for sure. It's going to be NES games for the near future, with some exceptions, but those are bonuses. On my scheduled evening stream, it's going to be all NES all the time, except Fridays. Well, Fridays once I beat Dragon Quest 4 and 3. So, by the way, I didn't end up beating Dragon Quest 3 on Friday. I got to the last dungeon, however, so it's going to be beaten this next Friday. So, Square Wave, you better be there on Friday, because I don't want you to miss another Dragon Quest ending. No. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, the slowdown is like... It's starting to affect my ability to see things. Like, my mind... I feel like my mind is playing tricks on me with all this stutteriness. Alright, we got it though, we got it. We just gotta... Yes! Oh yeah, work. We got that work. I know how that feels. I know how that feels. Alright. Ugh. Oh, good. I got between the bullets at last. I've been trying that maneuver for many lives and never quite got it. Here we go again, on the shore of some country that... Could have sworn I did this already, but here we are. It's like the game starts on an idea, and then it's like, well, do it 10 more times, and then we'll move it on. Oh man, that's... I should have used a flip there, because I was trapped. Oh. I did not see those bullets. No! You got me in the tail. It's okay. It's okay. We're on last 3 stage, folks. I mean, this is gonna end. Tonight! Last 3 stage. Oh no. I did it. I actually flipped on time. Literally dodging bullets. It's so naughty that they dotted the ground with all these different dot-looking things. And then, you know, still gotta dodge these red bullets. Like, everything's different colors, yes, but it messes with the brain a little to have it be like this. Oh, man. Oh boy, some of these enemies are really pouring out the bullets, aren't they? Oh, so sluggish. Please. Let me move. It's like watching a squirrel eat a tire in slow motion. There we go. Oh, man. Last two stage. Almost there. Almost there. Get out of here. Yes, come to me, my little ships. No, don't get blown up immediately, please. It's honestly a little stressful to have the little ships because it makes your hitbox so incredibly wide. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, these stages aren't, like, especially hard. It's just the last two, so I should be able to get through this pretty quick. I say that now, and then 2 hours later, I'm still gonna be sitting here like... Oh my god. See? It's okay. Again, we start in the same place every time, so it's not a bad thing. Dot 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 dot. Bum. 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 Airplanes? You need some airplanes going here. Why are the enemies not spawning? Okay, there they are. I knew this is... I don't know, that was weird. I guess it was kind of a reprieve, huh? Oh my god, yeah, Castlevania 3. I was really lucky to beat Castlevania, like the original, on a cartridge. Oh, nice. Alright, here we go. This is the last quote-unquote boss. I think. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, jeez. These bosses aren't hard, though, so let's not worry about that. I don't remember how this went. If there's, like, a final stage with a final boss, or if it's this boss and then one more regular stage, or if it's just over after this boss. We'll know when the ending is. It's hilarious. So make sure you see the ending if you've never seen it before in this game. You can well imagine what the ending probably is, and you're probably right, but I still think it's funny. There we go. Oh no! Oh, I thought I was clever. I was not clever. I thought I was clever. I was not clever. Also, I can use my flips. I need to remember that for the boss here. There we go. No! Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. That's a pretty good high score. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. It doesn't matter, but yeah. Do you think this is the game that Ernest Cline had in mind when he was titling his book, Ready Player One? I mean, he seems to revere some pretty bare-bones games. Okay. There we go. We got him. I haven't seen the film, yeah. I even listened to a podcast about the film. I don't know. I read the book, though. For sure, I've read the book. Alright, let's see if we get one more stage out of this. Or if we just get the... Oh, yeah. Last one stage. Alright, folks, this is it. This is it. What? Is this a bullet-free stage? Are you kidding me? I don't remember this. Oh, man. This is like a victory lap, almost. 'Cause, yeah, without the bullets, like, these stages are pretty easy. I don't know, maybe there's another boss. Maybe this is like the stage that they meant to be the first stage. Last stage, rolling by. Final stage, don't ask why. Here comes the stage, rolling by. What if they were like, wait, these are the good guys? Wanna make out with a biplane. Well, they chose a sinister background for their final stage here. Oh, yeah, look, that's it. Alright, everybody, get your cameras ready, because this is gonna be... Congratulations. You get one congratulation. And no more. Well, that's 1942, everybody. Woo! So that's how this is gonna be. So yeah, that was yeah, that's pretty great ending. First game down. Only Did you like that Square Wave? Are you into that ending? No, and I don't have Rampage, so anybody that wants to see me beat Rampage is gonna have to get it for me. It is one of my favorite endings. Karnov is pretty close to that too, the US version of Karnov. Well, this is where I'm gonna cut a video and do a highlight and stuff, so thanks for watching the first game, and we'll see you at the second game. Alright, and we're gonna keep rolling. Right? I mean, technically they did, because there's not one congratulation to give a person. It's always congratulations. Well, I love that I have them all right